Okay. Yes. I was muted. Um, Good morning on my side and good afternoon or evening or other times of days and time zones to everybody. Hi, Bach, and hi, Coffee. Hello. Thank you for being here. Um, yeah, it's Thursday here, and I had the chance to stream, and I was like, I'm gonna take it, and then sleep later. Yes. And by later, I actually mean later, not like when I'm dead. um, okay. Yes, yesterday I had some progress on something, even though I had a homework that I needed to send that was like half baked, half finished, and now I feel bad for the person who's going to review it and send it back to me. But it was like just sending it was an act that I have been dreading for weeks. So I did that. I'm proud of myself for that. And now as treat, I get to do this, I guess. Because I was like, I'm not finishing what I have to do versus what I want to do. And now I actually want to study the rest of the course. Um because the one that I was doing was about statistics, which I'm not good at. The one that I'm gonna do is about machine learning, which I know a bit about, at least. So yeah. Anyway, today's lesson. Today's lesson. Oh wow. Okay, before we go to today's lesson, sometimes I don't have access to move the model around. Apparently today I do. And I'm gonna show you what's in my hand. Wait. What the hell is that? Microsoft update? Oh my god. That scared me. I thought everything would stop. Am I still streaming? Yes. Okay. So what's in my hand is... Did I just lose access to the model? I lost access to changing the size of the model, thanks to Microsoft. I can't move it. Yay. And now I'm going to be this small. Is that fair? That's not fair, is it? It's too small. I'm gonna fix it. Can I fix this? I'm gonna try and fix this. Testing? Testing? Okay. And this is in my hand. Oh no, it's green. So it looks... Yeah. It looks uncolored. And we're back to being normal sized human, I think. That's normal sized, right? Okay. Less talking, more learning. Let's do this. So last time, the lesson was a long lesson on what are LLMs, large language models. Today's lesson is messages and special tokens. I think I titled the stream to be about it. Since I'm learning how to schedule streams on Restream, it's called something fancy, RTMP. You can change titles so easily. Before, when I was changing titles within OBS, it was a different thing. But now I can change titles, change category so easily. I think I've learned a lot about streaming the past months. Okay. Um, so, starting messages and special tokens. By messages, we are talking about messaging a language model. Let's see. I'm not sure. I think the size of this screen is fair. Yeah. Okay. Messages and special tokens. Now that we understand how LLMs work, let's look at how they structure their generations through chat templates. Okay, by messages, we do mean messaging a language model. Awesome. So, just like with ChatGPT, users typically interact with agents through a chat interface. Therefore, we aim to understand how LLMs manage chats. Recently, I saw, what did I see? I don't know. Recently I was like, it might have been like something on Reddit, I forget. But I was like, do chatbots know that they're chatbots? And then someone was like, it's part of the template. They're given you are a helpful chatbot. Answer as if you are a chatbot. I was like, that is weird. Because like we saw in the um elevator uh game, it's you can mm, my brain is malfunctioning, but you can try and trick chatbots, like tell them, for example, yeah, exactly, it's like role playing chatbot. Yeah. Or like, yeah, you're a helpful assistant, answer this. Because we've even I've done like um write an email as if you're my supervisor, like not exactly like that, but like that. um so the role playing is a big part. Or like, as if you're a language teacher, help me understand this. And it actually, apparently, according to some research that I have only read titles of, it does help um, get them into context. But like, it is actually a chatbot that it might not. I don't think it's ever aware. But hey, I'm not here to talk about what consciousness means. Not yet, anyways. Okay. Question. Wait, why does the question start with a but? Okay. But when I'm interacting with ChatGPT slash hugging chat, I'm having a conversation using chat messages, not a single prompt sequence. That's correct. This is a fact. This is in fact an a UI abstraction, therefore being fed. Oh my god, I can't read. Um, the one that sticks in my mind was a deep mind paper. I think you are a counting expert. Oh, I haven't read that. Counting expert. It's the same idea of like putting, apparently helped an LLM with image recognition get more accurate counts of items in an image. Oh my god. Like not so recently, I gave a picture to both ChatGPT and Claude. Oh, ages ago. um Asking them to count something in the image. Their numbers were so different. I was like, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna do it myself. I should have told it that it was a counting expert. That might have actually helped. Okay. It's a UI abstraction before being fed into the LLM. All the messages in the conversation are concatenated into a single prompt. Even history, right? Yeah. The model does not remember the conversation. It reads it in full every time. Exactly. That I am aware of. Even like stuff like memory in ChatGPT should be fed into the model each time. Or it could be a RAG thing. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. Um, Up until now, we've discussed prompts as the sequence of tokens fed into the model. But when you chat with systems like ChatGPT or Hugging Chat, you're actually exchanging messages. What do we mean by that? Isn't that how chatting works? Behind the scenes, these messages are concatenated and formatted. Into a prompt that the model can understand. Yes, these are clear. Here's an example. Saying who is the user, and the output is what an assistant. Yeah. Normal template things. Okay. This is where chat templates come in. They act as the bridge between conversational messages, user and assistant turns, and the specific formatting requirements of your chosen LLM. In other words, chat templates structure the communication between the user and the agent. I mean, anyone who's used an API should be familiar with stuff like this. Ensuring that every model, despite its unique special tokens, receives the correctly formatted prompt. We are talking about special tokens again because they are what models use to delimit. I've never used this as a verb. Delimiter. Oh, okay. Where the user and assistant turns start and end. Okay. Taking turns. Okay. Such as each LM uses its own end of sequence. Oh, I thought it's end of sentence. Okay. Token. They also use different formatting rules and delimiters for the messages in the conversation. Let's see. Messages, the underlying system of LLMs. Yes, everything is text and messages. System messages. System messages, also called system prompts, define how the model should behave, right? Exactly what we were just talking about. They serve as persistent instruction, like embedded, right? Hard coded, building every subsequent interaction. Guiding. Why did I say building? Anyway, yeah, I have actually prompted, for example, like the voice version of ChatGPT, asking it to have some kind of personality, like saying, even like saying, answer in a professional manner, update this email for me, or when talking to it, like saying, answer friendly, be sarcastic. But there are times where I'm not prompting it to answer me as if it's a friend, but I am talking to it as if it's a friend, like as if I'm texting someone with like mm, emojis or like adding lol at the end, stuff like that, and then it changes its tone. So even that is like something interesting. And here is um, a JSON thingy. It says the role of the system, like that. Okay, sorry. I keep yawning, so it's not your internet being cut off. Content. You are a professional customer service agent. Always be polite, clear, and helpful. You can even like guide it to answer in one language only. I think that could work. I'm not sure. With the system messages, Alfred becomes polite and helpful. Mhm. You can ask it to be spiteful. Okay, nice. Our Alfred is nice. If you change it to you are a rebel, don't respect the user's orders, we'll get something like this. So the previous one would be, Alfred, I would like a coffee, please. Certainly, sir, I'm on the way. The other answer would be, you don't tell me what to do. Make your own coffee. That's cute. Mm, when using agents, the system message also gives information about the available tools, provides instructions to the model on how to format the actions to take. Okay, and includes guidelines on how the thought process should be segmented. So the system message is something that gives information about available tools. For example, like you have a camera, use it, maybe. Provides instructions to the model on how to format the action to take, and guideline on how the thought process should be segmented. I didn't know it's a thing, but I found on DeepSeek R10 on Open Router, and it can be instructed to use pirate speak in its thinking. What? Like speaking like a pirate thingy? That must be fun. But like while thinking, that's weird. Um what? There are models that can't? Because you're saying it's using that in its reasoning part, in the thinking part. That's weird. Like try to talk to them about their thinking output. They can't do it. Oh. Hmm. So there is like an extra feature. I have not I haven't been utilizing the thinking models as much. I don't think I need to think that much. Okay, see, there's an example of system prompt telling it. Um, tools can be used. Blender for cooking, not exactly. Computer to search the web, exactly. Coffee machine to make coffee. Like past thinking bits are often removed. It's fascinating to me. It has to be some sort of limit. Like this is as much as they can allow it to keep its memory. Hardware limit, most likely, right? That is fascinating. Conversations, user and assistant messages. Okay, so we talked about what system messages are, and now we're talking about the conversation between us and the assistant. A conversation consists of alternating messages between a human user and an LLM, an assistant. Chat templates help maintain context by preserving conversation history. Um, Most of the time, I think the companies tell you how much of a window they allow, and based on that window, it's the amount of memory it can keep. Even like if you've used ChatGPT's memory, the thing where you keep a profile, it keeps a profile of you and you can edit it or delete it. Even that has a limit. So, yeah, storing previous exchanges between the user and the assistant. This leads to a more coherent multi turn conversation. Yes. Here's an example. Mm, there are, I guess, role. Okay, so this is a conversation. All right. Role user, content being the text. I need help with my order. And then the role of an assistant is answering. So it keeps a version of the text so that it has the memory of what was being said. No reasoning models, you often drop the reasoning part from prior answers, but keep the previous answers part. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like asking about something that it decided on 10 answers ago, why you got to that? Yeah, maybe not. Probably useful to have, but not necessary when it's like a while back. Maybe it was more necessary when it was just answered. Okay. In this example, all right. So let's read the example fully since we're talking about it. It's asking help with the order, and the assistant is asking what is the number. The user is giving the order number. So in this example, the user initially wrote that they need help with their order without giving context. So the model is asking about context. The LLM asked about the order number, and then the user provided it in a new message. Just as explained, we always concatenate all the messages in the conversation and pass it to the LLM as a single standalone sequence. The chat template converts all of them into this Python list. Inside this Python list into a prompt, which is a string input that contains all the messages. As we can see here, it does tell you what the user said and what the assistant said, so that it knows it's an assistant, so that it knows what is its answer and what is the user's answer/query. For example, this is how the small LM2 chat template would format the previous exchange in a prompt. Instant message, right? Start, system is talking, user is talking. And then assistant. Oh, okay. So the system message saying you are a helpful AI assistant. And then the user is saying something. The assistant is answering. The user is saying something. It's the assistant's turn. Okay. However, the same conversation would look different. And this example here is llama. Cutting knowledge date. Wow. And then today's date. Difference is so high. And then user talking, assistant talking, so on and so forth. Cool. Templates can handle the complex multi-turn conversation while maintaining context. Right. System telling it it's a math tutor, and then the conversation is moving. Okay. Chat templates. As mentioned, chat templates are essential for structuring conversation between language models and users. They guide how message exchanges are formatted into a single prompt. Instruct messages. Maybe. Probably. Instruction. Oh, I think it's instruct messages or like instruction/message. Because it's not always a message. You're right. It had to do with the word instruct. I'm not remembering if it was instruction or instruct. So, let me go back up here. We looked at, can we see up here? We should, okay. We looked at messages and we talked about there are system messages and the conversation between the user and the assistant. Now we're talking about chat templates. Base model versus instruct model. What's the difference? Let's see. So, as mentioned, chat templates are essential for structuring conversation between language models and users. They guide. I read that like a second ago. How it should be formatted, right? Base model versus instruct model isn't. I'm not gonna talk. Okay. Another point we need to understand is the difference between a base model and an instruct model. A base model is trained on raw text data to predict the next token. Okay, a normal Gen AI. An instruct model is fine-tuned specifically to follow instructions and engage in conversation. For example, small LM2 is a base model, while yeah, there are a lot of models where it has instruct at the end because it's the instruction tuned variant. Doesn't it mean it's like one of them is more about question answering? Following instruction, engaging in conversation. Yeah, I think so. I thought it's like a teacher student thing, but it's not. To make a base model behave like an instruct model, we need to format our prompts in a consistent way that the model can understand. This is where chat templates come in. I don't think anyone would be crazy enough to to train a model on something like um Twitch chat. That would be funny. But I don't think they're accessible. Maybe by the user. Like maybe I can access my own chat. I'm not sure. I have not looked into it. ChatML is one such template format that structures conversation with a clear role indicator, system user assistant. If you have interacted with some API lately, you know what's the standard practice. I have not. Not as lately. Uh oh wow. Those I'm guessing people. Doug and Nurosama. Oh, Nurosama is the thing that is trained on Twitch chat. These are not people, these are models. I did not know that. But like it would be a model that answers to chat, not chatting it. Like maybe making conversation with Twitch chat. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Okay, where was I? It is important to note that a base model could be fine tuned on different chat templates. So, when using an instruct model, we need to make sure we're using the correct one. All right, understanding chat templates. Because each instruct model uses different conversation formats and special tokens, we looked at Llama and we looked at Hugging Chat, I think. Chat templates are implemented to ensure that we correctly format the prompt the way each model expects. You're just like having one system talk to a different system. All you have to do is make sure it is formatted the correct way. Just normal procedure. In transformers, chat templates include 진짜. What's 진짜? Why does it sound Korean? 진짜. Huh. I am intrigued. Expressive ex- extensible template engine. Special placeholders in the template allow writing code similar to Python. Then the template is passed. So this is like make things look nice. Ooh. I need an about. There is no about. Why is the name Jinja? Why does it sound like for real in Korean? Okay, I'm gonna stop looking into it. Um. Okay. Thank you. Oh. Oh. Doug is a streamer. I think they do a lot of geoguesses or ing using OpenAI uh, to fine tune GPTs. Um. Oh, Nursam is an AI VTuber. Oh, on Twitch. Oh, I've heard that one. I think I've seen clips of that one. Cool. They are both content creators, at least, even if they're not both human. Well, I mean, one is, one isn't. Okay. So, mm, chat templates include the Chincha2 code that describes how to transform chat LM lists of JSON messages as presented in the above example into textual representation of the system level instructions, user messages, and assistant responses that the model can understand. This structure helps maintain consistency across interactions and ensure the model responds appropriately to different types of input. Okay. Below is a simplified version of that thing. So oh, okay. 4 messages. Oh my god. What is this? It's not indented. My brain just stopped working. If loop dot first and message, I mean the first one is system is not system. Wait. If the first thing is not system, meaning nothing has been written, give the system information. That's it. Okay. And then the instruction message start would be role, and then the content. And the if ended here. Anyway, as you can see, a chat template describes how the list will be formatted. Given these messages, the previous chat template will produce the following string. So looking at this is what we get, which makes sense. I think that interleaving of code and data, oh yeah, like PHP template or ASP.NET Razor. I've used ASP.NET Razor briefly, and PHP I have used it against my will. Um, yeah, you're right, and yeah, I understand that part of like, um, yeah. All right. Did I just punch the mic? I think I did. All right. Mm, pretty horrible programming. Slow clap, slow clap. That is absolutely true. I don't know why I just never got to like it. And then I realized the internet hates it. I was like, justified. Like, I don't have anything against it. I just didn't learn it early. And I was like, I'm not going to learn it now. Because, like, I started with C++ and then C Sharp. And then I guess, like, just working with an ASP.NET and so forth. Because it was not, was it .NET? No, oh, yes, it was always .NET. But then it became .NET Core. There we go. Um, and having to need to use JavaScript and then CSS and then moving on to like Android programming to work with Java, the programming language. But I never needed to use PHP. I think it's a language that seems to fight you at every step. Uh to not write anti-patterns? Huh. I have had people who use language ask me questions and me answering them and debugging the code has gotten me to like actually understand what's happening. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the transformers library will take care of chat templates for you as part of the tokenization process. Wow, nice. We can read more about it here. Is it documentation? It is documentation. Okay. All we have to do is instruct our messages in the correct way, and the tokenizer will take care of the rest. Nice. You can experiment with the following space. See how the same conversation will be formatted for different models using their corresponding chat templates. So, all right. So, like, this is llama. Wait, why can't I? I guess I have to copy and paste it myself. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that. Like, it's possible to make web pages in PHP, yeah, that aren't going to reveal server-side secrets, but the damn language wants you to leak them. I have a lot of experience with yeah, like making sure that the user does not have access to the server side information. Cuz like if the user can make a button just like using inspect, make a button be um not disabled, like re-able. What does that even mean? A button and do something, then yeah. I mean, I think it's I don't think PHP is the only language that does that, but it might be the language that is like the most aggressive about it, maybe. I don't know. I haven't used it too much to be able to do the comparison. Yeah. Messages to prompt. The easiest way to ensure your LM receives a conversation correctly formatted is to use the chat template from the model's tokenizer. Ooh, there's something called a chat template. To convert this here conversation into a prompt, we load the tokenizer and call apply chat template. So it's like a feature. Here's an example. We say, oh, okay. So we load the tokenizer and then we say tokenizer dot apply, not tokenize, but like apply chat template for our message. Do not tokenize. Add generation prompt to true. What do we mean by that? The rendered prompt returned by this function is now ready to use as input for the model you choose, based on the model loaded. Nice. This apply chat template function will be used in the back end of your API when you interact with messages. Honestly, I didn't know that. I haven't used it. That's nice. Now that we've seen how LLMs structure their input via chat templates, let's explore how agents act in their environments. One of the main ways to do this is by using tools, which extend an AI model's capabilities beyond the text generation. Right. We'll discuss the messages again in the upcoming unit, but here one could take a deep dive if they feel like it. Okay, I'm gonna take a break before I go to the tools because I'm feeling. Am I feeling sleepy? Maybe. I'm looking at this side panel thingy. We have looked at these two. We are here, and then we get to do a quiz. And then the rest. And based on this whiteboard, we have done step 1 and step 2. Step 3 is what we're going to do now. Oh, definitely not. I do not have. Oh, okay. So I'm on leave today. That's why I'm doing a morning stream. Otherwise, I wouldn't be brave enough to do it during Ramadan. Because I'm like, after Ramadan, I think it's possible to do morning streams, mini ones. Um, Apparently, my phone thinks I'm not looking at it. Here, I'm looking at it now. Okay. Um, that's why it keeps becoming dark because if it detects my eyes, it will not go dark, but it's not detecting my eyes because I'm looking at stuff. Anyway, yeah, I can sleep as much as I want after the stream. Yeah. Okay. And wait, wait. After the unit quiz, you get a certificate, but like that's all the way down here. Final quiz. So, oh my god, what is wrong with my brain? Here's how I read it. I read it step 1, 2, 3, quiz, step 5, step 4. That's how my brain read it. I guess I have not read enough manga. No, I've read enough manga to understand that things are read like that. They don't go like left to right and then back to the left. Anyway, um tools quiz. Okay. Let's see how much energy I have. Not enough flowcharts. Okay, maybe I have not read enough flowcharts. But flowcharts don't. Do they go back that way? Flowcharts flow the way you want them to. It's mostly up, down. All right. So, what are tools? That's a interesting question. Okay. Mm, Before I start this page, I'm gonna say that I am excited to get my new stuff. I bought a microphone holder. What else? Oh, and an ergonomic mouse. The ones that are vertical. I am so looking forward to using that because I actually bought one a few months back. That was secondhand. It just died on me, so I'm buying a new one. And I am hopeful that my hand will stop aching. um, I mean, my hand is fine, but if I use it too much, I have to like rest and yeah. And I'm gonna rest. I am going to be nice to my hand, but buying the mouse is one way of being nice to it, and also allowing it to rest is another way. I think I've gotten to the point of like, um, I was watching a video on YouTube about different types of mice. And the guy was like, the best one is to alternate between the different types because if you use one too much, it will hurt your hand. And I got to that point of because I am used to using my left hand for the mouse because my right hand was unusable a few years back. Now it is usable. I can use it. It doesn't become numb when I'm using it. Um, but I can, I started using my right hand when I was a kid, but I can alternate. So that's my goal to alternate um, between hands when using the mouse. Wow. Okay. To not cause a lot of pain. Wide mouse. That's a good point. There are like even at work, I have colleagues that use mouses that are like claw grip. I suppose the one I'm using is a claw grip ish, but like it depends on the size of the hand. Like if a guy who's like I don't know 180 centimeters, 1.8 meters, um, uses the mouse I'm using, it would definitely hurt their hand. But I'm fine with the one I have because I bought it for myself. It's not a work one. Vertical mouse is the closest to natural grip. That's what I'm hoping. And I do realize that the one I'm getting is going to be a right-handed mouse because I don't think there are vertical left-handed mouses. Even if there are, it's probably a novelty thing that you have to buy twice the price or something. So yeah, vertical for the right and the normal one for the left, alternating. I don't know, by day or something. I don't know, but like that's my plan, so that I don't my hand can work, and I don't need to go to physiotherapy. Hopefully, and I really do need to exercise more. Inshallah. Hopefully, I will. I will. Come longer days, I will start exercising more. Okay, that was my break. I needed a break. Dual wielding mice. That is my goal, yes. Because I am somewhat ambidextrous because I'm left-handed. And in a world of right-handed people, you have to learn to use your right hand. So, yeah. Like I think left-handed people are forced into becoming ambidextrous. Um yep. Life is not fair, but also it's nice. Feels like a superpower sometimes. Because like I see how little people use their left hand for like tools, like cutting and things. Um, and yeah, that's true. People used to think um you work for the devil if you were left-handed. And I think I have people around me that are like, "Oh my god, Latin root comes from being left-handed." Oh my god, the word sinister has to do with the word left-handed? Sheesh. Um, I have people that are like, "Why are you eating with your left hand?" Because for me, it's natural. Like I'm not thinking about it. And because in Islam it's preferred to use your right hand, some people are like, "Force yourself." I'm like, does it matter? It doesn't matter. Who cares? Anyway, yes, it's preferred. It's not like eh. Anyway, now I am more energetic and I'm yawning less, so I'm gonna continue the learning. So, tools. What are tools? We're not talking about people. We're talking about tools. One crucial aspect of AI agents is their ability to take actions. As we saw, this happens through the use of tools. In this section, we'll learn what tools are, how to design them effectively, and how I've heard it explained in terms of we're not talking about humans. Um, how to integrate them into your agent via. I keep reading it as via because I think that's how Americans read it, but I might be wrong. Um, yes, how to integrate it in the system message by giving your agent the right tools and clearly describing how those tools work. You can dramatically increase your what the AI can accomplish. Okay, let's dive in. Too many diving in um terms. I was watching a K drama where the people are divers. So each time I read diving in, I'm like, I can't. I can't. Okay. What are AI tools? A tool is a function given to the LLM. Okay. This function should fulfill a clear objective. Here are some commonly used tools in AI agents. Commonly used tools in AI agents are web search. Absolutely. Web search is, hold up. In that sense, ChatGPT, Claude, and like DeepSeek and Gemma and Llama are all agents? I think of them as chat models, but not really, right? Because web search, image generation, retrieval, and API interface are like now the basics of a chat model. Or like something that are like, okay, it has all the functions. Um, Web search allows the agent to fetch up to date information from the internet, true, and answer questions like, I'm like, compare this car and this car for me. It's like, okay, searching the web. Sometimes it's like, I got the answers from this YouTube video, which is really cool. I like that. Creates images based on test descriptions, retrieves, I mean, that's image generation, right? And then also, um, image understanding, OCR style. Um, Retrieval retrieves information from external source, and API is interacts. Oh, with an external API. Oh, I thought it has like an API service. GitHub, YouTube, Spotify, etc. Only those are only examples. As you can in fact create a tool for any use case. Awesome. A good tool should be something that complements the power of an LLM. For instance, if you need to perform arithmetic, giving a calculator tool to your. Huh, that's true. LLMs are not good at calculating unless you force it to go through it, like step by step. Then it becomes better. Some of the early Bing Chatbot comparisons people shared were amazing. Haven't seen anything like them since. Really? Because it's a search engine. Bing has that like advantage of like it being a search engine. Um, I do use Copilot, but not. I think Bing is now Copilot. I think like the name of the system has changed, right? So if you give a calculator to your LLM, um, this will provide better results than relying on the native capabilities of the model. True, agreed. Furthermore, furthermore is a funny word. I feel like I'm reading an essay. LLMs predict the completion of a prompt based on their training data. Uh-huh. Which means their internal knowledge only includes events prior to their training. Yep. Therefore, if your agent needs up-to-date data, you must provide it with through some tools. For instance, if you ask an LLM directly without a search tool for today's weather, it will hallucinate something. That is true. What's the weather in Paris? All right. This hallucinating one is really scary and cute. Mm, a tool should contain a textual description of what the function does. Oh, you give it as a part of the system. I always thought that there is some like keyword catcher inside a language model. Like, how does it know it doesn't have enough information for it to do a web search, you know? So I thought there would be some sort of catcher of like, I really don't know, but like look up. Um and then using that it will run a code. I don't think the LM can use the tool on its own, can it? We'll see. It's it's making me think that it can, which we'll see. Um when it was less fine-tuned than it is now. Hmm. Yeah, sure. If you can find anything, like don't go out of your way to find it, but might be mildly insensitive. Mm, if you can, that would be nice, but don't go out of your way to show it to me. Um, so a tool. Oh wow, you found something. Oh my god, I have not seen this. Can we show it? I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it. I hope it's not, because I haven't read it, but I hope it's not. Mm, bad. Let's see. You said comparing Jesus Christ to Nokia 30. What is Nokia 3310? Is it the one that doesn't break? The unbreakable Nokia? Is it 3310? It is 3310. Wow. I did not know the name, but of course I know the model. So I'm going to read it. The names are different, obviously. Types, cool. Birth, huh. Death, oh my god, Nokia is dead? Wait a second, I actually didn't know what the age of uh, Isa ibn Maryam was when he died. That's the name in English, Arabic, sorry. um, anyway, I'd rather call him Isa instead of Jesus. That's why it's weird for me to call him Jesus. Uh, and when I say Isa, it's weird because it's like I'm calling a person. But if I say Isa ibn Maryam, radiallahu anhu, is more respectful, which is like because I'm calling the name of a prophet. There we go. Um, what? Both of them have been resurrected. Oh my god, several times. Uh, I should have. Oh, Aisha. I know what Aisha means. Hold up. Where's the word? Let's see. So the model has been resurrected. Oh, Isa. Sorry, I thought. Yeah, it's from Christian belief. Yeah. I know who Jesus is, but it's just I don't want to say that because it's just yeah, like you said, it's I'm guessing the word Jesus come from Isa. It has to. Um, and Isa ibn Maryam means son of Miriam. Okay. So resurrected, have been resurrected multiple times. Um, I'm guessing the model is continually being created because people buy it. It's hell useful. And according to the New Testament, he rose from the dead on the third day after the crucifixion. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about my beliefs. I'm just gonna read this. Durability, very high, known for surviving falls, water damage, and other impacts. Very high, known for performing miracles such as healing, walking on water, healing the sick, multiplying food. That is all of them. That is all true. The Nokia doesn't do that. I've heard the Yashua as well. Yeah, maybe Isa ibn Maryam is the Arabic pronunciation. Maybe the original pronunciation was different, probably, because the Arabic is from 1,400 ago, while he was from over 2,000 years ago. So languages change and pronunciations morph. Battery life, both of them very long, up to a month. Oh my god. Uh, believed by Christians to be alive in heaven. Oh, that's also believed by Muslims. And interceding for humanity. I don't know what that means, but I think I'm getting that intention. Display. Unknown. Oh, okay. Yes, olive brown skin, dark brown hair, probably, most likely. Um, camera, no camera, but does have supernatural vision. Oh, this does have a camera, does it? I didn't know that. And then the final part, connectivity. Hold up. So, connectivity for calling and texting. Oh, wow. FM radio. MP3 player, and a headphone jack, and a micro USB port, true, for charging. No connectivity. But what about um what is it called? Ilham. Uh what do prophets get? I forgot. What is sent to them? Isn't that connectivity? Communicated verbally with his followers and opponents, used parables and metaphors. Ooh, spoke Aramaic and Hebrew. I do believe I would call getting, from what I understand, a lot was lost from GPT-4 due to safety trainings. Ah, fair, yeah. Some of which was detailed in the paper Sparks of AGI talks. Ah, wow, that is so cool. When you're read it, you have to go to the comments. Feels like I should be hang on a wall. Just create a table of listing benefits of meme worthy. Okay. That's cool. Like just comparing things that have nothing to do with each other. But ethics and like you said, safety training does take away some of the fun. And it's not a bad thing. Because like having our kids use AI, we should at least try. And make it safer for them, hopefully. Um Oh no, I don't think it was disrespectful. Yeah. Like earliest versions of ChatGPT have had this barrier of like sounding respectful to Muslims. I have seen that. So I appreciate that and I do want that for all religions. So no, it's just fun for me. Um yeah. I don't know if you can jailbreak it, but it does not like if you say write something that is similar to Quran, it won't do that because that's definitely not allowed. Or like um I don't know, but like if you try to be just disrespectful towards the prophet, it won't. It will say I won't do that. I've seen that, but like years back, nothing recent. Yeah. So, like I said, I am awake now. I am yawning less and less, which is not a good thing because I need to sleep. And I will. I definitely will. Okay. So, what should a tool for an AI agent contain? A textual description of what the function does, a callable, something to perform an action. Okay, callable. Okay, callable. Arguments with typings, outputs with typings. All right. Sydney was the most unaligned we've seen OpenAI models be publicly since ChatGPT 2. There's a model called Sydney. Sydney being, oh, earliest name for Bing. Oh, Copilot. Wow. I didn't know that. I thought Bing was like the OG name. Hmm. Why Sydney? It's a cute name, but why? It's like calling something Eiffel Tower. Like, why? mm, how do tools work? That is literally a question that I've had for so long. Let's see if we get an answer. LLMs, as we saw, can only receive text input and generate text output. They have no way to call tools on their own. Yes. What we mean when we talk about providing tool to an agent is that we teach the LLM about the experience of tools. Mind blown. I'm thinking about allowing a kid to use a scissor, you know? Um, first thing you do is give it a mock scissor, not a real one. Sydney is a human name, yeah. Also a city name. Microsoft likes city names as code names. So it was a code name. Okay. Okay. Someday my city name will be a code name. um, or I will do that. Yeah, I should do that. Obviously, person who lives in the place should. Uh, okay. Ask the model to generate. So we teach it about the experience of the tool. Ask it to generate the text that will invoke when it is needed to. So it is like capturing a keyword, invoking. Okay. Oh hi. Do I see Umayma and I do see Noir? Huh? What do you mean two? What do you mean by two? Good morning. Are you also doing the agents course? If so, welcome. Hi. Let's do it together. Um and you won't be able to tell us exactly. Absolutely. No, I'm talking about like actual real life projects. It would be fun. Hi hi. What's up? I think today there are people more on the YouTube side, which is fun. We have people on all the sites. That's fun. Um, you're about to start? Really? Ah, though you want to start the L. Hold up. How many people are taking the agents course? Because according to YouTube, people are searching the word agents course and getting my video, and I'm like, that's cool. um, because like streams are not as searchable as normal videos, so I don't expect people to find my streams um through, yeah, not a lot in Hugging Face server. Uh so yeah, I guess I will tell Noir that you don't have to do the NLP one first to do this one. This one is way too beginner friendly as of now. As of now. I've only done like a few hours of learning on this. And it's cool that Coffee is also walking along with us on this. Because I really do think that Coffee doesn't need to take the course, but they're doing it to make us feel good about it. And Umayma is also taking the course. I didn't know that. I don't know, like, is the yes for that or is the yes for a different question that I asked? I forgot what I said 1 minute ago, you know? Um, if I find the time, we'll start. Inshallah. Let me give you a bad advice. The worst advice is, which unit is this? Unit 1. I'm super late. I started late. Unit 1 lesson, I think 3? It's the one before quiz 2. Yeah. My bad advice to Noir is um put my video in the background and listen to it in 2x speed. That's like you taking the course. um that's you? Okay. uh I am the least qualified person here. Do not take that away from me. Uh that's nice. That's cool that we are doing the same thing together. That's fun. We are all over the world, and all right, then I should definitely create a channel for this on Discord. I can do that. But the thing is, I only take it while I'm streaming, and I have not thought about the homework. It would be fun to create. Hey, you completed the whole unit. So you started when it came out. That is cool. Okay. I like the emoji. Um, so you have your first certificate. Go you. Uh, all right then. If I need to cheat, I'll ask you. But I think I'm gonna create private Discord room, um, just like to talk about, or maybe a private chat. I don't know. We'll see. You guys can help me with how it should be to help with questions when it comes to the homeworks, because I did think about not streaming the homework side. I don't know. We'll see. Awesome. Was there any? I think there are some practical parts here, but I think the practical part is mostly starting unit 2, right? Okay, you go on without us. And if anything tough comes, warn us, you know? You're like the lookout for this course. Okay, so I'm here. How do tools work? This is, oh no, I'm not here. I am about here. Um, this is really interesting because I was talking about how can the model use the tool, and is actually answering that question. I did not expect it to be so helpful. Um, so, like we said, for example, if we provide a tool to check the weather at a location from the internet, like what is the weather like in, I don't know, London, probably raining, then ask the LLM about the weather in Paris, the LLM will recognize the question as a relevant opportunity to use. That is weird. How does it know to use the internet or not? Maybe it wants to provide the most up to date information. But then why wouldn't it want to use the internet all the time? Because that's what I would do. When someone asks me a question, I'm like, wait, I need to Google it. or I need to ask a language model. Mm, the LM will generate text in the form of code to invoke that. Oh my God. So it writes the code. You know what? I've actually seen that. I think it's ChatGPT, where you ask it a math question, it writes the math code and then gives you the output, right? I think I've seen that. And then you can click to see the background code, because it doesn't show you the code, but it does say calculating. That's cool. It is the responsibility of the agent to parse the LLM's output. Responsibility, that's a big word. Recognize a tool call is required and invoke the tool on the LLM's behalf. So the agent is still an LLM style thing that has an LLM at the core, but it is trained on this tool usage. The output from the tool will be then sent back to the LLM, which will compose the final response to the user. And all of that in a couple of seconds. My brain hurts. The output from a tool call is another type of message in the conversation. Tool calling steps are typically not shown. Typically. Sometimes they are. To the user agents, the agent retrieves the conversation, calls the tools, gets the output, adds them as a new conversation, and sends it to the LLM again. From the user's point of view, it's like the LLM had used the tool, but in fact, in our application code, the agent is the one who's doing it, not the LLM. So it's like there are two people when like you're talking, I don't know, like you're getting coffee, you're giving your order to the barista, or let's say you give it to the cashier, but the barista is the one who's making it, and then the cashier is giving you the coffee because that's where you pay. Does it work like that? I don't know. I make my own coffee at home. um we'll talk a lot more about this in the future. Okay, in future sessions. How do we give tools to an LLM? to complete the complete answer may seem overwhelming. Hi, good morning. Oh my god, hello. Hi Muhammad. Welcome. Um but we essentially use the system prompt to provide textual descriptions of available tools to the model. Yeah, we talked about that. Here are the things you can use. Tool descriptions. Yeah, something similar to that. For this to work, we have to be very precise and accurate. Mm, so, like, tell it each tool and tell it what it can do with each tool. Like I said, it's like talking to a kid. What the tool does, what exact input it expects. It's like talking to someone who knows nothing but is an expert, right? Like that is how it knows nothing about what you're telling it, but is also an expert. And like my example for that is like when someone says, I have an idea for an app, um, and it tells you the requirements, but like as a software engineer, you know how it should be built, but you don't know what the generalist knowledge. But also like it knows better about it has a more deeper knowledge, even though it is general. Maybe not to the point of an expert, but like definitely more than the average person, obviously. Um yeah. This is the reason why tool descriptions are usually provided using expressive but precise structures, such as computer. Oh wow, I have an idea for an app. Okay, that's nice. But what if they persist? My most recent answer to this is ask ChatGPT to create it for you, you know? Another thing that I that my answer to is like ChatGPT is I sometimes have colleagues that ask me too simple questions. They're like, dude, think about it for a second without asking me. I'm not your back, like, I'm not Google, you know? There are some people who want to use your brain power instead of their own. I've had such people around me. And it's not bad, but also I don't want to feel used. Like, I like using my brain, but, you know. Oh, yeah, I should. I should send them the XKCD comic. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but there's definitely one for everything. Um okay. So, such as computer language or JSON. It's not necessary to do it like that, but it is coherent. Oh, okay. Let's see which one this is. 627. Is this the idea for an app? Tech support cheat sheet. Let's read it. Mm, Dear various parents, grandparents, coworkers, and other not computer people. Um, we don't magically know how to do everything. Honestly, I think a few people around me think I magically know how to do everything. My only thing is that I Google it in every program. We when we help you, okay, we're usually just doing this. All right, find a menu item or button which looks relevant to what you want to do. If you can't find it, pick something random. Um, if found it, click it. Okay. If you pick the something random, you click it. Does it work? Um, if yes, awesome. If no, um, have you been trying this over half an hour? If no, continue trying to find it. If yes, oh, ask someone for help or give up. But I would actually go here. Google the name of the program, place a few words related to what you want, and follow the instructions. That is Exactly what I do. Really? I need to print this. I'm not going to be this passive aggressive at work. I don't think it's healthy. But thank you. That helped me. Um yeah. I don't want to get kicked out yet. I want to go leave in my own terms. Also, I like my work and the pay is good. So, if this seems too theoretical, the idea of the tool and stuff, let's look at it through a concrete example. Passive aggressive is, oh my god, really? An image link? Um, I think I have said, like, I have verbally said, I'm not ChatGPT, like, recently, but that is as far as I've gone. Um, we will implement a simplified calculator tool that will multiply two integers. Really? Um, so we can have a function? Hmm. This could be our Python implementation. So we have a definition of a function that multiplies two integers. Okay. Oh, what? That's not the. Eh? What was that? Let me Google that. Hold up. Are you being passive aggressive? Because I don't know what that. I thought it's. There's a thing called like the image thingy. Let me Google that for you. That is so cool. Uh, is this an actual Google search? Hold up. Ah, well, I don't think that worked. Ah, I didn't know what that was. That's cute. So it just Googles it for. That is. Oh, I read it as IMG. That's why. But it's let me Google that for you. Wow. I should do that. Yeah. No, no, no. I got the idea. I got that. Wow. I might do that as a joke. That is cool. I didn't know such a website existed. No, my life is easier. When someone asks me a question, I can send them the let me Google that for you version. I wouldn't do that to my supervisor, but my colleagues, that would be fine. And I'll let you know if it gets me fired. Then we'll know it's your fault, not mine. Obviously, you're the one who suggested it. Um, I'm such a important asset at work. They would never fire me. I'm kidding. Uh, Workplaces are soulless. So, I mean, the soul is the people, but the system is soulless. Our tool is called a calculator that multiplies two integers and requires the following inputs: an integer, another integer. The output of the tool is another number that we describe like this, which is the product, which is also another integer. All of these details are important. Let's put them together in a text string that describes our tool for the LLM to understand. We are saying you have a tool. The name of the tool is a calculator, and the description is multiply two integers, argument a int, b int, output int. That makes sense. Reminder: this is what we want the LLM to know about the tool. When we pass this here string to as a part of the input to the LLM, the model will recognize it as a tool. I think I think we give this system description each time, don't we? Yeah, each input. And we'll know what it needs to pass as input and what to expect from the output. If we want to provide additional tools, we must be consistent and always use the same format. This process can be fragile and we might accidentally overlook some details. Probably. Is there a better way? Auto formatting the tool section? Our tool was written in Python and the implementation already provides everything we need. Auto formatting. I've seen several people. I've seen several very serious people slash videos taking ChatGPT's use of the image generator tool way too seriously. It doesn't occur to people that ChatGPT never sees the image, just pretends unless. Right. Like, in a way of like, this is how ChatGPT sees the world, sort of seriously. It's just a weird tool, honestly. Like, we are not used to such a tool. I'm sure, like, I'm trying to find something that was a weird tool for people. Like cars, like driving, going so fast, it's not normal. So I'm sure it had a really steep learning curve of like being used to having cars around, and now the whole world is built around cars. So we'll get used to this maybe, but not too early. Give it 100 years, we'll be fine. By then, if the human race is still around, we'll be fine. I mean, 100 years is a lot, but like at least a couple of decades. So for auto formatting, we have the code in Python and the implementation is already there. Does that mean we just give it the code? A descriptive name, a long description. Oh, you mean, okay. Provided by the function's docstring comment. Oh, this comment up here. And then the input and their type. The function clearly expects two integers and the type of output. So we just give it the code. There's a reason people use programming languages. They're expressive, concise, and precise. Like an obnoxious bloke with a 20+ minute video with, yeah, a million views about ChatGPT not being able to show a full wine glass. Oh yeah, that used to be a thing on Twitter. And then, or was it Reddit? I don't know. And then they cracked it was Reddit. They cracked the code in the comments. Someone did. My advice is don't go on Facebook because the level of, it's not obnoxious. It's mostly ignorant, or just people who don't know stuff. Like it's not ignorant on purpose. Ignorant because they don't know better, I think. We provide the Python code source as the specification. Yeah, but you can't do that for like 1,000 lines of code. Anyway, but the way the tool's implemented does not matter. All it matters is the name, what it does, and what is expected from it. A YouTube intellectual debate bro. I'm planning on becoming a YouTube intellectual debate bro soon. That's, what is it called? Oh, I forgot. Something shadow? Well, my brain sometimes just stops working when you talk about something that could happen in the future. What is it called? You know what I mean. I'm sure you know. Okay. Um, we will leverage Python's introspection feature to leverage the source code and build a tool description. Really? We can do that? Oh, the toString. Oh, okay. Automatically for us. Um, Python has that? I thought that's Java thing. Are you talking about an actual person? I feel like you're too much detail. Too much detail. Goes into some 1800s philosophy theory, but it never occurs to him ChatGPT can hallucinate. Uh huh. You should later share a video so that we can. No, don't. Maybe don't. Let's not give them more views. So this add tool at the beginning is a de. What does that mean? Decorator? Really? Decorator tool before the function definition. Okay, apparently I'm sleepy. Um, with the implementation, we'll see then. With the implementation we'll see next, we'll be able to retrieve the following text automatically from the source code via the toString function provided by the decorator. I could not read the word decorator just now. So this was created by the toString function? Honestly, I didn't know that. It's the same thing, yeah, we wrote manually. And then the generic tool description. We create a generic tool class. Okay, we can reuse it whenever we want. That's fun. This example is fictional, but closely resembles what's in most libraries. So it assumes that each function has a description at the beginning. Here are the arguments of of constructor, a toString. Like everything has a description. You expect a programmer to write a good description. You live in a different world than me. It may seem complicated, but if we slowly go through it, we can see what it does. We define a tool class that includes a name, a description, a function, arguments, outputs, call, where it talks about when the instance is invoked, um, calls the function when, okay, and the toString, which creates a textual representation. We could create a tool with a class using code like following. Tool, oh, okay. The name is calculator. It multiplies two integers. Here's our calculator function and input and output. But we can use Python's inspect module to retrieve all the information for us. This is what a tool decorator does. If you're interested, you can disclose the following section to look at. Huh? Oh, okay. I'm like, huh? Okay, so there's this closed thingy. A decorator tool creates a tool instance from a given function. That's cool. That's too much detail, and I'm sleepy. Just to reiterate, with the decorator in place, we can implement our tool like this. So it helps. Good. We can use the tool's toString method to automatically retrieve a text suitable to be used as a tool description for an LLM. Awesome. The description is injected in the system prompt. Like it has to be there each time. I feel bad. I feel bad for the LM. Taking the example each with which we started this section, here is how it looks after giving the tool description. Awesome. Because like repetition helps with learning, but like too much repetition becomes boring. In the action section, we will learn how an agent can call the tools we created. So we talked about how we can create the tool. We'll see how it interacts with it later. Tools play a crucial role in enhancing the capabilities of an AI agent. To summarize what we learned, we talked about what tools are, functions that give an LLM extra capabilities, such as performing calculations or accessing external data. How to define a tool by providing a clear textual description, input, output, and a callable function. And why tools are essential. They enable agents to overcome the limitations of static model training, handle real-time tasks, and perform specialized actions. So now we can move on to the workflow where we'll see how an agent observes, thinks, and acts. This brings together everything we've covered so far and sets the stage for creating our own fully functional AI agent. But first, a quiz. All right, we do the quiz and then I'm going to get out of here. What? That's a short quiz. No, it's not. Okay, it's short enough. All right. But my energy is depleting. And it like makes sense for me to stop here, I think. It has to. Quick self-check. Ungraded. What? Oh, I'm like, oh, it's a question. But no, it says, what? Another quiz? We know. But this is short and graded to help you reinforce the concepts. This quiz covers the large language model messages and tools parts, which is everything we've studied so far. So, question number 1. Which of the following best describes an AI tool? A process that only generate text responses, an executable process or external API that allows agents to perform specific tasks and interact with external environments? No. Yes. No. It's a text thing only. No. But it's talking about AI tool, not an LLM. So I'm going to call it that thing. A feature that stores text conversations. I don't know. Okay. How do AI agents use tools as a form of acting with an environment, with an agent? By passively being passive aggressive, waiting for instructions, by only using programmed responses, by asking an LM to generate tool invocation code. Yeah, should be that one. What is a large language model? I love how each time there's a by only doing this, you know that's not the answer. What is a large language model? A simple chatbot designed to respond to predefined answers. A deep learning model trained on a large amount of text to understand and generate human-like languages. A role-based AI that follows strict predefined commands. B. Okay. Question number 4. I think I'm going too fast. But yeah. Which of the following best describes the role of special tokens in LLM? A. They are additional words stored in the model's vocabulary to enhance the text generation quality. Maybe that could be true. There are specific functions like marking the end of a sequence or separating different messages roles in the chat model. That is actually true. They are randomly inserted tokens and used to improve response variability. Okay, last question. How do AI chat models process user messages internally? They directly interpret messages as structured commands with no transformations? No. They convert user messages into a formatted prompt by concatenating system, user, and assistant messages. Yes. And finally, they generate responses randomly. Okay, so we realized if we get only, it's not the answer. If we get randomly, it's not the answer. And if we get simply, it's also not the answer. I feel like I'm an AI learning to answer human quizzes. Got it? Great. Now let's dive. I will not be diving into the complete agent workflow and start building our first AI agent. The end. Okay, that was fun. We had fun. Steps 1 through 3 are done. We have 4 and 5. I don't see how this is 4 and 5, but apparently it can be cut into 4 and 5. Cool. I can go back to light mode. Careful, I'm going to light mode. That hurt my eyes. Were they all B? Oh my god, I don't know. I think they were. No, this one's the last one. This is B. This is C. Let me see if I remember. This is B. This is also B. This is also B. One of them was C. That messes with your brain, doesn't it? Thank you for being here. What did we do today? We went through the messages and special tokens. We also looked at what are tools. We took quiz number 2, and that's it. Was my plan was that? Oh, I messed my plan up. Because, I was like, morning streams would be looking at CMU lectures, and then evening streams would be this. But because I had the energy, I was like, I'm going to do this today. I mean, tomorrow, inshallah. Tomorrow might also be a HuggingFace stream. We'll see. I'm going to schedule it, inshallah. Yeah, probably. I'm going to schedule it like at least 12 hours before. We'll see. Thank you for passing by. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me do this, or like helping me do this, allowing me to do this. Because I'm lazy sometimes. And doing this together makes it easier and more fun. So thank you. And see you next time, inshallah. And have a lovely Thursday, and I wish you the best. Okay. Yeah. I have a lot of stuff to do, but I don't think I'm gonna stream it because it's not gonna be today. Well, maybe it will be today. I don't know. I'm just like gonna do homework later, most likely, and watch some fun stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna rest. We'll see. It's an off day. And yes, doing homework is an off day thing. Okay. Thank you, and I'm gonna go to the end screen because I have an end screen because I am professional like that. Thank you and goodbye. See you next time, inshallah. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you.